Would you believe me if I told you that this person right here managed to respond to 184 calls in ERLC in a public server in the space of getting one paycheck? Well, this is Mitch, and we're going to be speaking to him about exactly how he does this perfectly legitimately as well, no exploits used. So before we get in a call with him, let me just quickly explain what he has actually done and why it's so fascinating. So this right here is a legitimate screenshot of one of his paychecks. So as you can see, it's to him. This is the person we have in game, and he managed to respond to 184 calls in this single paycheck, giving him almost $11,000. Now you get a paycheck every 5 minutes. He managed to respond to 184 calls, and well, this is the setup he used: his account, one alt account, and a public server. Let's talk about how exactly he did this. Right, so I've just jumped in a call with Mitch, and he is going to show us exactly how he does this right now. So take it away. How do you respond to 184 calls with just one paycheck?
So basically, it's all just a visual bug. So
Right.
I've got an alt account right here, which I use to climb up my ladder truck, and then I'll just show you quickly. So it goes up the back, climbs up the ladder truck, and I've set up a little square for it to land in, and then I'll normally just stay at that square, and as soon as it lands, I will revive it. Then that counts as a call response, but you don't get your paycheck unless you move around a lot. So it basically just builds up as technical calls, and then if you go like properly move around and go respond to real fires and stuff, then you'll get your big paycheck, and it'll just be like 100 calls or like 200 calls, and however much money you made through that.
So what do you mean by you have to move about? So if you were to just stand here and keep healing them, would you get the same paycheck with the same call responses?
Yeah, you would. So you don't get your paycheck until you're like being active in the game. So if I were to just sit here and just keep holding E and not move around and do very little movements, then I wouldn't get my paycheck until I were to properly engage in the game.
Right, so I guess they've kind of added that to stop people like AFK grinding in a way, right?
Yeah, AFKing the paychecks, the money, yeah.
So do you know how often you actually get a paycheck?
Paycheck, I'd say probably every 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, because I thought it was like 5 to 10 minutes. So obviously that screenshot you showed me was 184 call responses. So does that mean you've healed your alt account 184 times in the 5 to 10 minutes?
Oh, it wasn't in the 5 to 10 minutes. So it was probably closer to an hour. Even after that 5 to 10 minutes passed, I don't get my paycheck until I like properly move around and drive around, which is what prevents people from AFKing paycheck. And I keep pressing one button, then the game might think that I'm macroing to AFK my paycheck, so they wouldn't give me my paycheck until I'm moving around and properly responding.
I see, so I think I get it. So you healed your alt account 184 times, and then you drove around or whatever, did other calls, and then got that paycheck.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay, nice. Well, obviously you have done this quite a lot, I would assume, to figure out that this is actually a feature. So I have a couple of questions to ask you. So my first question to you is, how did you find out that this was actually a feature that works? And obviously you mentioned about how you have to move around and stuff to get a paycheck. So how did you actually figure out all of this to be able to get so much money and XP from all these paychecks?
So pretty much, I was in a private server's Discord server, and I was pretty high up in their fire department. So I just thought to myself, what's a good and quick way to get XP on the fire department? And then I thought, oh, you can revive people for XP. So I just thought that I could AFK that here. Then I noticed I wasn't getting my paycheck, but I just kind of brushed it off and thought it'll come eventually. And then after like an hour, it just didn't come. So then when I had gotten the XP that I wanted, gotten enough that I wanted for that, I'd gone and started responding to calls, so I didn't just stay bored sitting here just holding one button. And then when I started responding to calls, then that's when I got my giant paycheck.
Right, I see. So I guess anyone that plays on private servers quite a lot, this is, especially on the fire team, this is quite a good way to get XP, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Nice, but some would argue with that, this is kind of my next question as well, some would argue that that's not cheating, but not playing the game as intended, because you're meant to respond to calls, like put out fires and all that to get XP. So do you think that PRC should find a way to stop this and stop people like you getting loads of call responses and getting XP really quick and money really quick? Do you think they should stop that? And do you think many people even know about it?
From what I've seen, not many people really know about it, because when people see that screenshot, then everyone's just baffled as to how I've done it. And I do think that it is a bit unfair. That's why I haven't done it in like a really long time, and I've been getting XP the right way. As you said, it's not how the game was intended to be played, and it's not fun when you're just sitting here getting XP when other people are out doing the job correctly and getting the XP the right way. It just feels kind of cheaty.
Yeah, so do you think that PRC should find a way to stop people doing this?
Honestly, I believe they should, yeah.
Alright, I mean, fair enough. I mean, it's good that you actually realize it's kind of unfair, not really cheating, but not playing the game as intended. But I mean, I guess for people like you that play on private servers, it is quite a good thing, I guess. Obviously, because you've done this a lot, you must have made a lot of money and a lot of XP from it, right? Is that true, or do you not really have much money in XP?
I do have a bit of money, but that's because I do like everything. But XP, I didn't get too much off the glitch because I didn't really do it too much. I still did get quite a bit though. So in probably about 3 sittings, I got 6,000 XP.
And how many hours is that for 6,000 XP, would you say?
Probably anywhere between 2 and 4.
So 6,000 XP in, like, let's go with 3 hours is pretty good. If we have a look at the team ranks, the maximum fire department rank is only 18,000. So if you were to do like that 3 times, you'd have the maximum rank already, which is like less than 10 hours. Pretty overpowered.
Yeah, pretty much.
So how much XP do you have right now on the fire department team?
At the moment, I only have 8,000 because I haven't played the game for a little while.
Right, and how much money do you have?
I've got 368,000.
Do you think there is any similar thing for other teams as well? So let's say someone uses the police team a lot and wants police XP. Do you know of any things like this that you can do on the police team to get police XP?
I did try to think of a way, but I couldn't think of anything that would be quick, you know, because if someone gets arrested, they can only bail out once with money before it costs Robux, so that wouldn't really be efficient. And I don't think that there's any other way besides responding to calls to get XP for police team.
Do you get XP from citations? Could that work?
That's a good question. I don't believe you do, but you might.
Nice. Well, maybe someone can try that and see if it works. Well, thank you very much for your time. That is all the questions I have, and I'm sure a lot of people will now start using this, and to be honest, maybe PRC will see this video and put a stop to this, but who knows. That is all. Thank you very much for showing me this and having a little chat with me about it.
Thank you for this opportunity.
So there we have it, everybody, and he's just left the game right behind me. There we have it. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. So we can see from what he was saying that even he himself thinks PRC should probably stop it because it's not really fair on people that want to play the game properly. So let me know in the comments if you knew about this or if you've ever done it. And I suspect a lot of you watching this video will probably now go and do exactly this to get XP on the fire department. Obviously, you can't get banned for something like this. You're not hacking or anything like that. And of course, Mitch does not use any exploits, just to make that clear. He explained perfectly clearly how he does it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you very much for Mitch to taking part in this video, and drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Check out everything else from the description, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!